think it's going to be tough for the NFL.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
But man, you think a billionaire company can figure it out, man? You would think. Welcome back to the Bill and Will Show. My boy AB here. What we going to next, man?
All right, let's take a look at the let's see what we got in your picks. What do we got?
Your
here?
picks, man. We got going back to the NBA, man. You touched on it a little bit with Anthony Davis being in your running for the defensive player. LeBron James's coach Frank Vogel, of course, put him for the MVP of the league. I wanted to get your picks, man, on the defensive player of the year, the MVP, the sixth man, coach of the year. What else you got out there?
Oh man, it's just so. I mean, if I could pick Jamal Crawford for sixth man of the year for like the 18th millionth time, I would. But no, I really think it's going to really come down to LeBron James and Giannis for the MVP this year. I mean, you could always throw in James Harden, former Sun Devil, Forks Up. Mm-hmm. My alma mater, but it's really just going to come down. I think it's really going to come down to LeBron and Giannis because I mean, you look at Giannis; he's put up career numbers, and his numbers have looked very almost advantageous to LeBron's numbers. I mean, it's not like we're just throwing Giannis in there just to throw him in there. I mean, he has the stats to back it up.
His team is the best in the league.
Hey, you know what? The best record, but I mean, LeBron's in it every year. I mean, he puts the team on his back every single year. He did it with the Cavs. He pretty much did it with the Heat. With Dwayne Wade and Ray Allen and Chris Bosh with all those guys. But it wasn't even close. LeBron James was the guy on that team, and it's even here in year 17. LeBron James. We saw a picture of him the other day with him. He got 6-pack abs, and he's 30 something. What is it? 35, 36. So, I mean, it's year 17. He still looks like a stud, and I really think LeBron's going to come down with the MVP this year.
I think that's the popular vote. I think a lot of guys wanted LeBron to win it. I think we haven't seen a guy win the MVP at 35 years old since Karl Malone. Karl Malone looked just like LeBron did when he was 35, all ripped up. So he definitely takes care of his body, man. It's between him and Giannis, and honestly, I would give it to LeBron. The last time the Bucks and LeBron played the Lakers, LeBron like he's his own team. The last time the Lakers and the Bucks played each other, it showed me a lot, man. LeBron at his age, leading the league in assists with 11 a game, 8 rebounds, 26 points. He's, as much as I'm not a LeBron fan, man, he's definitely deserving of the award, as is Giannis, but I think their teams are both equal. I think the Bucks are up 2 games. Mm-hmm. But if I were to vote today, I would have to give it to LeBron. Mm-hmm. I would have to give it to him. The most valuable player in the league, I definitely would go with LeBron.
Yeah, I would agree. And defensive player of the year, I mean, you have Anthony Davis, and I really can't even think of anybody else that really even comes to mind.
You got Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, how could I forget Patrick Beverly? The best trash talker in the NBA.
You got Marcus Smart. You got Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
But I think Anthony Davis might be that guy.
Yeah, I think he is too. I mean, Patrick Beverly. I think he prides himself. I know he prides himself on defense. Going up against guys like LeBron and Giannis, and going up against Dame Dolly. Chirping back and forth, and that's just one guy who is just very old school mentality. He has that old school mentality. Defense wins championships, and he lives up to the expectation, man.
Yeah.
He is cold-blooded. He's a cold-blooded killer, like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. And he is just an electric guy to watch. I just love watching him play defense.
I think they got a couple of guys that can win some awards on that team.
Paul George, he's been showing out too.
Oh, Paul George is amazing, man. I think because you got Montrezl Harrell and you have Lou Williams for the Sixth Man of the Year award, along with a guy out of Oklahoma City. Got his Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, he's doing amazing this year. Who do you got of those 3 guys? Those are the front runners right now.
Oh, man, I mean, we're still talking defense here?
Oh, I think Anthony Davis is hands down for both of us.
Okay. Oh, man. Lou, man, he's just right there. I got to go with Lou, man. He's
I like Lou.
Him and Jamal Crawford have been 2 of the best Sixth Man of the Year guys that you could probably choose from over this past decade or so. But, yeah, I'll go with Lou. I'll go with Lou this year.
Man, I like Dennis Schroeder. I like the way that he's played this year in the surprise team of Oklahoma City. I can't believe they're fourth or fifth right now in the West. We're leading by Chris Paul. Man, he's doing really well. I want to give it to Lou Will because you can give it to him every year, but I was down on Dennis Schroeder when he was with the Hawks. Man, I didn't think he was a point guard that should have been leading the team, but he's came out and showed me that he could really play some basketball, man. So just off of that alone and eating some humble pie with him, man, I'll give it to him on that award.
Okay.
Coach of the year, man.
I mean, it's gotta be Frank, man. It's gotta be Frank. It's gotta be. It's
the best player.
It's gotta be, man.
It's just, so?
He's battled through a lot. I mean,
going
away from the NBA, then coming back. I mean, he's done such a great job, and it's almost like.
Team didn't make the playoffs last year.
Right. Team didn't make the playoff. Granted, you got one of the greatest players to ever touch the court, LeBron James. So, I think it almost goes with it. But I also think, I'm totally blanking on the Bucks coach, but I think he could go with it right now. I'm totally having a mind blank.
Budenholzer.
Yes, okay, Budenholzer, and I think he could probably get it as well. How he transformed the Bucks from a team that you wouldn't even think that would make the playoffs into now a contender. So I think he could get it as well.
I love Nick Nurse. I love Nick Nurse. What he does after losing Leonard and coming back with the same nucleus, and they're still second in the East. I love Nick Nurse. If you want to put him up there, and he doesn't get enough credit in my eyes, maybe because he had a LeBron James and a D Wade on his team, Chris Bosh. But Spoelstra, he's a really good coach, man. He's a really good coach. Of course, you have the coach from the Nuggets that's really, really good. He's still up there every year. They're number 2 I think they're number 2 in the West right now too. But man, you convinced me. I forgot about Frank Vogel. Everyone said when he came in, he was just there to hold a job for who's their assistant coach right now? Is it Kidd that's their assistant coach right now?
Yeah, Walton.
No, their assistant right behind them. I think it's Jason Kidd that they added to take he's going to eventually. Everyone said he's going to take the job, but. To have the best player in the world and one of the top 5 players in the world, but you still have to win the game. You still have to make it all work. So I like Frank Vogel up there.
Yeah, and Frank, he went away from the game, came back, and I just think it's not clear cut, but I think he's definitely one of the favorites this year.
I like that. I like Frank Vogel up there, man. We did. Because I wrote him off. I wrote Frank Vogel off like, it doesn't matter who's the coach, but it does matter.
Yeah.
I mean, coaching does matter in sports, man, and he's getting it done with them guys. What else award do we have out there? Most improved player.
Most improved.
Pacquiao, Siakam, Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
You have Graham from the Heat.
I think Jokic is probably right up there too.
Jokic is playing really well.
He lost a few pounds. He was another one of those players that didn't skip workouts over the Rona. So.
I would definitely have to go with Bam Adebayo. I didn't know who this guy was last year at this time, and this year he made All-Star team. So for me, I would definitely have to go with Bam Adebayo, man, for sure. So those awards, the most improved guys, don't really get a lot of love. We don't really think about it too much, but he's coming, and Pacquiao Siakam also, man.
I've been a big Siakam fan over the past 4 years, and just the way he's developed his game. He's gotten quicker. He's been able to read the court a whole lot better over the past few years. So I think Siakam, I think he could get it too.
Yeah, for sure. He's started the game when he was 15 years old, so he's played less than 10 years in the game, and he's had so much more to go. He's so herky-jerky. He's unorthodox player, man, but he's so good.
Yeah, he is.
And he's leading that team right now, Kyle Lowry. So I definitely could. I wouldn't be mad if he got the award.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know Jimmy's great, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy got somewhere tossed into one of these awards either, because he's really he hasn't really taken the league by storm, but he's just improved his game so much more that he's actually been worthy, but he's just showed a whole different level of his game that we really haven't seen over the past couple of years.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler is one of those guys that you whenever he goes to a team, you just see him get better and better, just because of the team. The team adapts to him, to his style, his work ethic, and you didn't see it with the bad teams like when he went to the Wolves. That's why they're going to always be at the bottom of the barrel, because they don't want to buy into that work ethic. But you've seen it with the 76ers. I think when they lost Jimmy, I think that was the worst thing for those guys. But he went to a place where you got I think a whole bunch of guys that like that type of work. I think Spoelstra is that guy that loves work. He's came from the bottom of the organization of being a film guy and came all the way to the head coach. You got Pat Riley. We know how good of a guy he is.
One of the goats.
Yeah, so I think that he picked the best fit. Now those guys, I wouldn't want to see him in the first round.
No, and that's just I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, it just the Heat. I mean, yeah, we saw what they did when they had LeBron and D Wade, but now we're seeing a whole different Heat team with it's just, you get just a whole bunch of young nucleus, and they're just, I don't know how to really say it, but they're just gelling. They're just playing really good basketball.
For sure, they got a lot. Last time I seen them play against Giannis and the Bucks, they destroyed Giannis and the Bucks the last time they played them, and it was in the latter months of before the Corona hit, and the Bucks went down there to Miami, and they have a lot of long, lanky guys out there to throw at Giannis, and they got guys that can shoot it from the parking lot. You got Robinson, you got Hero, you got guys like those young guys coming in shooting the ball.
Had a couple shots from South Beach. So.
Yeah. So there you go with our awards, man.